I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first.
Hey everybody, welcome back to CT Review. Today is December 4th, Wednesday, 2024. Hope you had a good day today. So, as we've been discussing since November 5th, this outline ended up panning out. I'm very proud of myself. So, actually, probably one of my best predictions ever. And sure enough, panned out beautifully. So, you got to have faith in the analysis, you got to trust it. So, we pretty much just been birdieing up all the way up. So, and just gorgeous. And let's go into it. We finally took out that previous month's high, which is obviously November. That's the all-time high. We're on new all-time highs. Roughly, you want to get around this 21,500 level. I wanted to mention that yesterday. Big round figure, 21, psychological level type of thing. And we're there, man. So we're reaching probably soon, like the limit here. I think we'll speaker out a little bit until like the 8th or something, 9th, and then we'll probably start heading our way back down for a retracement into here possibly. But let's go into it here. Super fire day. But I know there's a lot going on here, so I'm leaving it on the chart just so I don't have to draw it and explain it later, right? For now, but and I do have to go. I got a party of my wife's corporate event situation, so I want to leave now. But so take a look here. As you'll see, we opened up very small, but the order flow is already there. So we busted through while I was finishing yesterday's video. We ended up busting through it the last 15 minutes of the day, dude. They did that shit on purpose. Why do they do that? They do that because they want you to sit at your fucking desk all day. They want to create this behavior. The market creates a behavior and the way they move so you can get in, and stay in and just, look at. Anyways, but the point is that they did it at the end of the day. They pushed up. We closed here, right? But then we opened up and real suspect. No coming back for breakout traders. They're really trying to push up. Why are they pushing up like this? They obviously want to get. They don't want people to get out, right? They don't. They're not. They don't want to give them a chance to get out. Pretty much is what I'm saying. But so that's why you see them rushing now here. When they get up here, they have a situation. They know either everyone's trying to sell this, right? So they constantly make these small drives, and it's higher high, higher low. Each down candles is respecting. Then you get this space here, and so on. But the whole point of the conversation is that they know everyone's trying to sell this. Everyone's getting wrecked. And at the same time, they want to build in a premium, meaning they want to build in all new time highs and price levels so, they can keep this thing going, right? But as you can see, the midnight, the gap here, we stay right above it. Midnight level shot off. And then let me get back into here. There's a lot to talk about, but to try to keep this simple, let me transfer over here. So this was the framing today for me was super easy as far as this sell here goes. We had these equal lows right here. So if someone says like, I'm looking for a raid, like I'm looking for a raid in my trades as well, but you're not necessarily looking for just one low. I'm not saying you can't do that, but you want to look for equal lows because that's pretty much built liquidity, and it's like saying, hey, come and get me, but at the same time they leave it alone, right? So that's what we deal with. But at the same time, the 6:30 to 8 o'clock equal lows here are pretty obvious. So we start shooting up. Fuck the news. They ain't really doing shit. But here, then we get this break here. See this? So you get a high, higher low, high, higher low, high, break. Actually, it actually breaks right there with this 919 candle. You can see that it takes that low out to the right, and then boom, it's actually a break. But you have that nice inversion right there. What do you have? You had the last four. So there was a couple ways of doing this. I'm not going to bring all the screenshots out. I was pretty busy today. But You could have done this a number of ways, but to keep this simple here, I'm just using this swing low. It's pretty nice. Plus, it is the 15-minute candle. This 9 o'clock 15-minute candle. So I'm just highlighting that candle, the high and the low, and then projecting it down. And sure enough, 2 to 2.5 is here. You got the that equal lows is the target, and sure enough, we swept that. Now, the thing is again, I'm mentioning all the time, when it's bullish, right? Like they're not going to come to the 50%. Or deeper. They're going to stay on that 25%. We have a possible reversal place. We went from an overbought to an oversold. You're getting signals here like, hey, buy me. Even though that could fail, don't get me wrong. Sure enough, we get this low, we get this lower high, we get this low, and then we push up and we go above that. So this is kind of like a shift in structure, right? Pull up, retrace deep. This is the reason why I was hesitant of buying this. And as you can see, this is the last down candle, this 939. So I got that highlighted. So I project that up, just the candle itself, right? Again, I was teaching yesterday about that. Write this in your notes. This is super fire what I'm going to give you today. So, I mean, anyways, as you see here, we get to the 2 to 2.5 right here. See how we pull up and we reject. Look. It's the same level. See the 2.5? See, that's algorithmically. Oops, excuse me. So that's algorithmically, right? And why is that? Well, it's because the algorithm is running on a grid in the background, and it's referencing this candle specifically. So it's like, okay, we're gonna shoot this candle down, close it, and then with this candle, everything's mathematics in the background. We're gonna push up that high. Right, so we're using this 2 to 2.5, and as you can see, it's the same level, man. So we break that high. That's a nice profit right there. Retraces deep, and where does it go? Well, again, it's a little sloppy at the same time, this price action. So these are some trades in here, but at the end of the day, this is that low, and you're looking to reach an overbought. So that's why, if you look at the beyond the 2 and a 2.5 from this last down candle, you'll see the 3.5 to 4 is right here. Look at the coincidence, right? We come right to that 3 and a 4. Then when we had retraced back here, which is deep, but look at the bodies. The bodies is sitting at 50%. You got to be noticing these details with my reviews. I mean, I guarantee you nobody showed you this. I promise you, nobody on fucking planet Earth, I'm going to be confident in that, had outlined this. I fucking guarantee it. But, anyways, the point is that these details I'm sharing with you, I mean, you need to be seeing these by now, right? You see we're tapping at the bottom of the first 25% or whatever you want to call it, right? But and then the bodies here are respecting this last down candle. Yeah, wick's lower and it's ugly and it's dirty and scary and all that, but then it starts to shoot up. You get to retrace back into the candle, doesn't even break below the open of this blue candle, this 1001. So then it shoots up again. So now we're getting above this first imbalance in green, the 937. So we're push up. We reach this level here. And then now now this projection here to the next one. I'm going to do it next. There's a lot to talk about, but I'm giving you fire. This high to this low, if I measure that candle, this 10 o'clock, right? That's the 4-hour candle. So it's the wick of the candle, and when it pushes above it, it's the body. So we go above, we retrace where? Between the 1 and the 1.5, and we also have that 2 and a 2.5, right? We retrace back. Where do we go? Well, we blow right through all this pretty much, and we get into this 1003 bullish imbalance, right? You see that? And there's a gap right there in between the 959 and the 10 o'clock. What else do you have there? You have the 9 o'clock open level. Like this is not just a box on my screen. This is also the 930 level, I'm sorry. So that being said here, and then it's another higher low. So from here to here to here, that's obviously a deep retracement, right? But that's, okay, so the next measurement from here to here to here, if I pull out a fib, I'm pretty sure it's sitting at the 61 or the 70. Let's do it real quick. This video is going to be way too long, man. But super fire, though. and I gotta go. So there's your 61 right there, right? And gorgeous. But that's the lot. You know, I'm not looking for precision here. I'm looking for the understanding, right, of why I'm just sharing that, and it'll explain this next fib what I'm doing here. So write these notes down, bro, because I'm gonna probably, I can't be doing this forever, right? But take advantage of it. Take a look at this bearish imbalance. It's 958. Take a look here. You know, the beginning's a little muddy, and then then it starts to open up, right? Look at that. Look at the bodies sitting right there. That's what I want to see. Plus, let me move that back. Plus, what is this last down candle? This 10 o'clock. Look at the open. Look how we're digging in that candle with this imbalance of the 1003 is literally coupled together. Man, this is just beautiful right there. Then what does it do? Takes off. Where are we going? Well, take a look. We're still measuring this last down candle here from the 10 o'clock. You have the 2 to 2 and the 2 to 2.5, right? Look where the price goes. Right to it, right? So, I mean, I'm catching this shit, just so you know, right? I'll show you one trade at the end just to kind of give you something. But as you'll see here, we're in this. Oh, by the way, also the 4 to 3.5 on this candle here, right? So we got that. So when we were up here, we pushed down. We're using some logic here. Really, the goal was just underneath that. That's at minimum, right? And then, okay, 3.5 to 4, coupled with the 2.5 to 2. Look at the price sitting here. So, okay, so we pushed up. Now, I've already measured this low to this high to this low. So we're looking at higher high, higher lows. We're looking at this leg as one leg. Look at the 15-minute. This is a retracement. Okay, then we push up. That's one leg. And then we get the retracement, 2 legs down. Boom. Then we get another push up, right? And and you can see the bodies here respecting that as support resistance type of idea, but then they wick it just to get you down. I'll get to there in a second. But anyways, so how could you have measured this? So a little tricky, but instead of measuring just the high and the low, we already measured this and this and this, right? So now I'm measuring from here to there. Why am I doing that? Well, you can do it two ways. You can measure this low to this high, but and then you can also measure it from this low, because this, we already took out that high with this low, and it retraced at a beyond 50%. So it's fair delivery. So I'm just going from here to here, and sure enough, look at the price. So how am I measuring it? I'm measuring the bodies, just the bodies. On an entry, you can measure just bodies. I mean, don't get me wrong. You can also use the wick to wick, but with the body, I'm using the blue candle because this is where it pushed off from. The body here to the body, the highest body in this range, where there it is. Look where we come to. Well, we first come to a 61 right there. Beautiful. I actually sold this down into it and bought it, but because of this understanding. Plus we rated above, and then we break. Now this is resistance, right? We're coming down, and then we're also overbought. We're coming down to the oversold. I mean, look at the RSI today. Pretty nice. Like oversold, overbought, oversold, and so on. And you can see it's like, fucking, you kidding me? Yo, if you can't catch a trade here, then you got to practice more. That's for sure. Because, I mean, blindly, this is working. But anyways, we get to there, and then I measure this candle, this last up candle. Now, it's debatable. You can also use this this 1107 up candle because it has a higher body. But this high doesn't take out that high. So that's the highest high. I'm just using that candle. And the next candle, so these two consecutive candles, so which is the 11 o'clock and the 11:01. So I measure it down. I'm measuring it down where? Where's 2.5 to? So don't get lost here. Just a fib there. 2.5 to 2 to 2.5. Look where we fall into. Where's the 61? Right there. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, then I measure, and then I bought this. I bought it this way up here, and then sure enough, we got to 2 to 2.5. I said, "Oh shit, this might be a top, or we might come down one more time, because this is also pretty easy. A lot of retail traders use this 61, and don't get me wrong, it's not saying it doesn't work, but it's also sometimes a setup. But in general speaking, it comes to a 61. So the 2 to 2.5 stops here, buy it from here. I get a signal here. Look at this, higher low, divergence. Now I measure this little swing from here to here, measure it up 2 to 2.5. We stop on a dime at the 2.5. Okay, we didn't go above. So should you take profit? And this is the whole point of this video, to be honest, because some people are asking me or wondering, oh, I want to catch these big moves like you do. Listen, number one, we don't get them all day, but when we're in a very bullish scenario and it's floating, that's a different program that you should be on. Like, and I understand that program. So it's like, and I love this. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love it when it just keeps buying like this. Why? Because you just fucking buy it. Do not try to, I can catch these tops, but I'm not sitting here I'm just counter trending. I'm not trying to hold those sells. The buys I'm trying to hold. Why? Because we're still bullish, and you're going to say, well, dude, it's got to come back eventually. Well, here's your prime example of, just when it's floating, bro, just don't fight it and catch the higher lows. Just, that's it. And take profit at new highs. That's it. There's nothing else you need to be doing. You need to be smarter than you need to be, right? Anyways, we're in a prime area here. And as you can see, this little liquidity right there, see this right here? And they didn't tag it. I still bought it though. I had a signal, I bought it, and it came up here, and I was like, come on, take it. And then I was like, no, it's gonna take the high. And then sure enough, this motherfucker came back down. I was like, damn. So I have this 1032 bullish and balanced. We're gonna use that later, but we end up coming back here. I said, oh man, if it's gonna go any lower here, I don't like it. Sure enough, it saved itself, and then it pushed back up, and it stuck again. And I was like, you fucking bastards. So I was just looking to take this on. This is me trying to be right, and this is the moment where like you look, take the profit right here. I don't need to be right, yeah, because those equal highs were juicy. I ain't gonna lie. But the point is that it's like, look how they pulled the rug from you, right? But really, they were just doing a lower high and a lower low. So this was just one leg from here down as a retracement, and then resuming the leg back up, right? Shit happens, but you should have I should have took profit here, and if you took the same trade, you should have took profit here too. But anyways, it came back. Where does it go? Now where does it go? Look at this price action right here. Look to the left of the chart. Oh, we conveniently sweep these late motherfuckers who tried to get in. These are the lazy traders of the breakout traders. And they come in, look to the left here, look to the left, right into that imbalance right here. This 1019. I can highlight it. I should draw it technically, but let me do this real quick. I gotta fucking go, man. I got hella shit to do. I really wanted to make this video because of me completing that November 5th prediction. It came true. I have proof of it. Anyways, what's today? December 4th? Perfect. All right, so we dipped into there, and then they just wiped them guys out. Plus, here's another factor. Now, if I'm gonna well, let me leave everything. But I'm gonna watch this now. Back to the other idea of how I could have measured this range from here to here, because it's also the range, right? Even though that they had, higher lows and that you measured them, this is still a way to do it technically. And here's your real fair delivery. So retraces back where 50%. What's underneath 50%? That imbalance. Just to keep things simple for you. I know, but I'm giving you a full, lesson here, right? And then that's explaining this. So then when we rated, guess what? We are oversold. We just tagged this imbalance. We're at 50%. We swept them, and we have a beautiful buy. Then I caught this to show you. I want to show you this for the purpose of, okay, everything's already laid out, as you can see. Still, nothing's changed here on my chart, except I ended up dragging this out to use that. But so I'm only trying to catch this for the liquidity, because these are lower highs. This is trend line liquidity. we are building a leg up. When we push up here, I had 2 to 2.5. I said, nah. You got the liquidity sitting right here. You got Powell talking at 145 or whatever time it was. Yeah, it was 145, and I'm not buying it. Sure enough, this thing dropped back hard. I was like, oh shit. But how did I get in here? Well, you got this wick here, right? Then these bodies, the next candle's bodies come down, tag that, and perfect. I'm in. Sniper that shit. Beautiful. Why? Because I understand where I am here. Could it have came lower? Yes, but we just swept this, right? So that in itself is beautiful. Now I did think it would come a little bit lower, but I took this shot, and because it aligned with everything that I'm preaching, and sure enough, it held and it worked beautiful. But when this came up here, we didn't take these highs out. So measure from here to here, you can see the 3.5 to 4, and I'm screenshotting it here because I was doing a bunch of stuff at home, and then I rushed back to my screens because I'm watching on my phone, but I ran back to the screen so I could screenshot the shit because I was waiting for this. But the point is that like this trade here to here is all you need, and that's a trade in itself. Trying to be right, I fall a victim to trying to be right all the time, and it fucking backfires. But you don't need these big home runs. You could just use logical projections. Just for example, here, this projection here. By the way, I'm measuring the last 2 down candles. See that? Did I do that? Yeah. That was, well, whatever. I won't even get into that. I'm measuring those. I should have just measured this last whole down candle, but I think I did that because I was on the phone. Yeah. Whatever. Doesn't even fucking matter. But as you see, the 2 to 2.5 is right above there, and then the 3.5 to 4. And I wanted to hold it, but I was just busy. But that would have been. This is actually what I should have did. But it's okay. But just to go back to this, just to give you an understanding, where were we? So just catching it to here, that's good enough. Even if you use a 1 or 1.5, okay, on your projections here, because generally it'll retrace. But dude, that's a fucking trade. Take the profit. Okay, let's go back to this example right here. So I got the measurement here, right? For example, look at 1 and 1.5. See how we consolidate in that 1 and 1.5, and then, well, they did this shit on some bullshit, but then we pushed up what to 2 to 2.5. That's you don't need. I don't need to hit this high. I don't need the home run. This is a model all in itself. I hope you're writing all this down, bro, because this is fire. Just so you know. Anyways, so yeah, this was I was on the phone, and that's why I rushed and I thought it was right. It's okay. It's no big deal. But yeah, I think I screenshotted it like right here. But whatever. This is the right measure. This was the right measurement, by the way. I was on the phone trying to do it with my fingers, and it was just I didn't realize it didn't select the bottom. But anyway, so now we're all time highs here, and I had to have been talking way too much. Fuck, I gotta be done. So trying to do some divergence work here. We had some higher lows here with Nasdaq right here, which was that beautiful. That I was scared to buy that. But beautiful higher low right there. We had lower lows here, and then yeah, I left this alone. I wasn't paying attention to it, but a lot of this failed. Let me see here. I can't. I'm very tired. I can't even go into this, but I'm just gonna leave this alone but at the same time, we had higher lows here. I'm sorry, higher highs here with Nas, and we had lower highs here. So that kind of pushed us down for that retracement for that second higher low. But which is whatever. And then I was using this to gauge to see if it was going to sell off, but we kept busting through. So then we had lower lows here, and why did I draw that? Oh yeah, so we had higher lows with S&P and Dow, and then I'm trading NAS, so I'm wanting to see a divergence. and then boom. And I did buy that, obviously. Um, Let me see here. Yeah, yeah. So that was the purpose of that original buy, and it stopped right here at 2.5. Remember that? But yeah, we're all time highs now, man. And look at dollar real quick. It's just pretty much sideways. And then let's take a look at Dow making all time highs very soon again. They're avoiding this like the plague. They're just building liquidity here. They'll probably take it later. Like I said, in the later part of the first 10 days. So I could see the big retracement happening around the 8th. Just watch yesterday's projection. I'll bring that up again eventually, but we're slowly buying up, and I think this is gonna go all the way till the 8th. Slowly creeping up to the 8th, something like that, 9th, somewhere in there, and then sell off for the retracement back into all of their areas, which is where the breakout traders were for an balance and gaps. So that's that. And then if you remember me mentioning, I do love to talk, I guess. And then, no, not this. Nvidia. About getting above this imbalance right here. Sure enough, price held, took off. Right. So we're back to business. All right. Nothing's changed here. And well, excuse me, I'm all over the place. Look at that shit. That's fucking ugly, bro. I mean, if this doesn't tell you screw Dow, I don't know what will, bro. I don't know what will, bro, because that is ridiculous. I'm sorry. I used to love Dow too. Used to be my girl. But all right, new highs. Look, 6,100. 6,100. I mentioned this. Bro, I'm trying to tell you. I said getting to 6,100, a little bit above it, and we're there, man. We're there. So I think this is the cycle for this road is, well, as far as this year goes. January is probably going to be fucking disgusting, choppy, consolidating. We'll see what they do. But even though I'm not saying that we can't keep buying even the next year. Cause but it's not gonna be pretty. So we're getting there, bro. We're getting there. So congratulations. All right. Super overbought though. So I see speakering happening, something like in this nature here, pulling back. I don't know about this deep or anything, but pulling back. And there it goes, 6,100 right there. Look at that. So again, don't fight it, bro. Don't fight it. I would just keep looking for little buys, or don't be involved at all. But if you're going to, you'll have to wait for a displacement to then find lower lows and lower highs coming down, right? And then what was I gonna say, dude? Fuck. Yeah, I'd like to say the retracement comes back when we start selling off. I'm assuming when we start selling off around the 8th, 9th, 10th, or whatever it is, you'll see some type of displacement, and then you'll just get the lower low, lower high into this vicinity here, which would make perfect sense. Back to psychological level of 21,100, or even, but maybe not that even deep. And then we'll get the last 2 weeks of the month. By the time that's all settled, we might start buying around the 12, 13, 14, 15, then just Santa rally up. So, fuck, I did it again. All right, I think I've said enough here. There's nothing I'm missing, right? I know I'm missing something, bro. Oh. But, okay, so overbought with the 4 hour. So yeah, so this is kind of like what I'm saying. Like we're pushing up here, these three little mountains. Now we're doing that. So now give it time to reverse. When you start seeing it coming down like that, you'll start to see that it becomes a lower high eventually. But that's like by here it does it. So here you're gonna get that raid, the lower low, lower high thing, and then kind of retrace back down to the oversold, sort of speak. 50% at minimum, but down here, and then buy up for the next week. You guys take care, and God bless.